Hello everybody, this is going to be a bit of a different video today. Well, not today, there will be other content today as well, hopefully. This is finally an answer to shed some light onto people that have been having problems setting up your HD PVR 2 to your PC. Loads of people have known it. You get a black screen through the pass-through, and the PVR 2 doesn't pick up any footage. Now, I brought one of these things about 2 weeks ago, and I've had no end of problems with it. It works fine for my consoles, no issues there whatsoever, but it absolutely would not work with my PC, and I've read that an awful lot of people have also had the same problem. And especially for me, I mean, I brought this thing for that reason only, really. I mean, yeah, I can now record my consoles, which is a bit of a bonus, but I don't really care about that. So, I contacted Hopog, and as typical generic response, they basically sent me... Oh, this is where I get hit pretty hard here. Ooh. Deflected the shot nicely, but he took out most of my heat sinks. Anyway, off topic. Yeah, they gave me a standard response back, which is basically I don't know, whoever was there pretty much copied word for word the manual that came with the device, and is on the website, and that's pretty much the response. Everybody kept telling me, said, look at the website, look at this is how you set it up. And I was going mental. I'm like, I'm not thick, it's 3 wires, I know how to set it up, but it is not working. But of course they don't want to admit their product doesn't work. So the way around it I found is, instead of using a HDMI cable in, what I did, I went to Amazon, and just to try it out, I brought a £1.88 DVI to HDMI cable. Now, as you can see yourself, with a little bit of fiddling, nothing too advanced, mainly involved resetting the thing a couple of times, it worked. So why the hell they can't just say, because there is a disclaimer on the box saying if you're using this for a PS3, because of HDCP, the device cannot record through HDMI, you have to use component or some other workaround. Why they can't just say, also this happens on some PCs, some video cards. From what I've heard in the forums, it's happening on Nvidia and AMD cards. Again, I'm not a fanboy, I don't really care what card's in your computer as long as it works. But yeah, so it's quite a large problem. But yeah, so the only workaround I've found is you have to get a DVI to HDMI. I even brought a HDMI switch box, because some people said that worked. Now, if it worked for them, great, but it didn't work for me. However, I did notice on the back of the box, on this particular switch, it does actually say supports HDCP, which probably is a bit of an arse. But yeah, Nikki thinks she did bad for buying it, but it's the only one in the shop. I'd have brought the same thing. But yeah, I'd have brought that as well. But considering this is quite a cheap one, because I wanted to test it, and this one supports HDCP, I'm going to say the majority of them do. So, I mean, if anybody wants another video to this showing the exact settings I use on mine, I don't mind doing that. I can do that, no worries. But yeah, so the problem is, from what I have learned over the week and a half of having one, or 2 weeks of having one, is that the same rules pretty much for the PlayStation 3 apply to some people, not everybody. I don't know whether it's older video cards or certain glitches with drivers that allow you to record, but this is a problem that Hopog are not acknowledging, which is really shitty. I mean, the actual device itself is brilliant when it works, but there's such a lack of information out there. I mean, so many people are on the forums saying, they've got this problem, and that all you get, the only response you ever get is, oh, you're not setting it up right. I'm pretty sure a good 30 to 40% of users with PCs are quite advanced users. We know how to set up a little set-top box. And yeah, so I thought that was a bit insulting really, but there we are. But yeah, so there is light at the end of the tunnel. Your box probably isn't faulty, but try using a DVI into your computer with a HDMI on the other end. Very cheap. I brought mine off Amazon for, like I said, £1.88. I don't know what that is in dollars. You know, probably about $3. No idea. But yeah, so try that. And if anybody wants any more detailed, more structured information, let me know. Right, thank you, and happy gaming. Alright.
That was really good.
Would have been if you didn't put that at the end.